Byron Washington looks like that took no effort from him at all. That was just like a little nudge. A little love nudge.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bruno. We've got another big day in the NFL on our hands. We'll have more on that a little later, but first, a look back at a wild Sunday. So how about them Cowboys? America's team lost for the second straight week, this time to the Ravens, in a game that looked like it wasn't going to be nearly as close as it was. And after getting gashed by Alvin Kamara last week, it was Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson doing the honors this time. In all, Baltimore rushed for 274 yards. That is the most Dallas has allowed since 2020, when they gave up 294 to, you guessed it, the Ravens. The way things are going, you gotta wonder if the Cowboys can stop anyone this year. Meanwhile, the Eagles and Saints battled to see who could leave more points on the field at the Superdome, with Philly ultimately prevailing there. Now this is a big one for CJ Gardner-Johnson, a former Saint known mostly for punching Michael Thomas. You think this one was personal?
We keep receipts. That's what I told y'all in my room. See y'all Sunday. I told y'all a couple days before, they got rid of me. I ain't get rid of them. They still in me. They still tatted on me. I ain't worried.
So the Eagles might be good and Dallas is bad. Plus, we saw the Niners and Bucks lose yesterday too. Does anyone get the feeling that the NFC is just wide open this year? Then we had the Chiefs beating the Falcons on Sunday Night Football, a game Taylor Swift couldn't even be bothered to attend. And naturally, this led to some speculation, with some fans wondering why Travis Kelce was looking so glum on the KC sideline. In all, it was another down game for Travis. So should we be getting a little concerned here, or is this just like one of those weeks? You know what? Every couple has one of those weeks, so. To basketball, and a first for the Toronto Raptors, with our own Josh Lewenberg reporting that they will be retiring Vince Carter's number 15 in November. Now, the writing has been on the wall for forever, with the Raps hinting at a return to their purple roots all summer. Plus the release of this City Edition jersey last week, which pays homage to Vince. Or is it homage? Like, what are we saying here in Canada anyway? Joined now by our Raptors reporter, Josh Lewenberg. Josh, how's it going?
What's up, Marissa?
Josh, there's still plenty of fans on the fence when it comes to Vince Carter's legacy. Was this an easy decision for the organization?
No, not really. I mean, forgive the pun, but it wasn't exactly a slam dunk. There are high-ranking people in the organization who strongly believed and still believe that Kyle Lowry's jersey should be the first to hang in the rafters, but of course, Lowry's not done playing, and if you're going to retire Carter's jersey, and that really seemed inevitable, the timing doesn't get much better than this. Carter's Hall of Fame induction coincides with the team's 30th anniversary season, a rebuilding season in which there may not be much more to get excited about. So there was a strong push to honor Carter and to do it now. And then when Brooklyn announced that they would be retiring his jersey back in May, that forced Toronto's hand as well.
Even though some fans aren't there, majority seem to come around. You think it's fair to say that that relationship is fully healed?
I don't think the relationship between Carter and the fans or Carter and the organization will ever be fully healed. There's too much of a history there. But they have come a long way. I mean, I don't even think this would have been possible when they first honored him with a tribute video for their 20th anniversary a decade ago. But time heals all wounds, and I think winning the championship really helped as well. This is still going to be polarizing, but my take on the Vince Carter debate is that you can appreciate all of the good moments while also remembering the bad moments, because those aren't mutually exclusive, and I think both of them are part of his complicated legacy here in Toronto.
Josh Lewenberg, thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Marissa.
Back to football, and days like this don't really come around all that often. For the first of 4 times this season, we're getting 2 Monday Nighters. The Jags and the Bills get things started in Orchard Park in a meeting between 2 teams going in opposite directions. And you know we love us some Josh Allen here at DSC. And he's done everything he's had to get the Bills off to their first 2-0 start in 4 years. Granted, it wasn't much in Buffalo's blowout over the Dolphins last week, when James Cook ran all over Miami. And then there's Trevor Lawrence. The number 1 pick in 2021 just can't seem to figure things out. Last week's loss to Cleveland was his 7th straight dating back to last season, the longest stretch by any active quarterback. By all accounts, Lawrence is taking the high road, just taking it all in stride. But he was pretty honest last week about the Jags' struggles this season.
Trevor, how stunned are you by the offensive performance in the last 6 quarters?
Yeah, I mean, we suck right now.
And speaking of slow starters, Joe Burrow is eager to get on track tonight, as the Bengals host the Commanders for the 5th time in 6 years since he is 0-2. And Burrow gets to meet his match in a sense, because this is a head-to-head between a pair of guys that won the Heisman and LSU. Jaden Daniels is off to a solid but unspectacular start, though he did pick up his first career win last week, even if it was against Danny Dimes and the Giants. So you've got 2 games, 4 quarterbacks, and a whole lot of intrigue. Let's zero in on Allen though. FanDuel is offering nearly 4-1 odds on him getting to the end zone twice, which is something he's done 5 times in the last 10 games, including the playoffs. You can catch both of tonight's games on TSN, the Jags and Bills on TSN 1 and 4, and the Commanders and Bengals on 3 and 5. And be sure to hit up TSN's YouTube for our newest NFL show. It's Broken Table, powered by FanDuel, as Hein, Korolnik, Davis, and Stevie Johnson talk all things football. Not to be outdone, Takia Singh also joins the group once in a while, so look out for her. This weekend marked the official start to fall, and it felt that way too as we had some actual hockey to watch. The Leafs and Sens kicked off their preseasons with the good old Battle of Ontario, a game that surprisingly featured most of the Leafs regulars. Now, Toronto lost 6-5 in OT, but there were some bright spots for the Leafs. Mainly Max Pacioretty, who had 2 goals and an assist in his blue and white debut. All while wearing the number 67. Now I have to ask, does he know what he's doing? Does he understand what that number means to all of us? He must. So maybe this is it. This is the year we get rid of the curse because of Max, okay? I'm saying it now. Let's do it now. Let's not forget that Patches is not even inked to a contract yet. And the 35-year-old is still in a PTO, coming off double Achilles injuries. And apparently had some pregame jitters going into this one too, saying he had not been this nervous for a preseason game since he was 20. But hey, so far so good for Max, and honestly, I love hearing that he was nervous before going onto the ice for the Leafs. It just means that he cares, and all we want is for our boys to care, you know? Well, and win. Care and win. And break curses. Time now for my favorite segment on yours, that We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And you know DSC is a dog-friendly program, and we never pass up a chance to show some love to our 4-legged friends. No, this dog is just proving that he's better than your dog. He's better than any dog that has ever existed because he's got the stability on a one wheel that most adults don't even. This dog has no fear. All he has is balance and grace. He's going in all terrain. And he's about to hit a car here. He's going right for it. And he knows well enough, you know what? I'm just gonna pull back, I'm gonna hop off. He doesn't even hop off to make it stop. He fully brakes. And sticking with the dog theme, we're all familiar with the term dog days of summer. And it is fair to say those have been dragging on for the Chicago White Sox. Sunday's loss was their 120th of the season. And their social media team has officially reached their limit. But hey, if you are the worst team in baseball history, you might as well have some fun with it, or else, you know, what are we doing? This has been a running joke for Chicago the past week, with their admin finding some fun ways to pass along the bad news. And I did visit Guaranteed Rate Field this year. Sure, the team on the field is abysmal and definitely lost when we were there, but the food they have in the stands, my goodness, it makes up for it. Just buy the cheap ticket to get to the game to eat the food. You're taking wins. You're gonna take a W either way. That's it for me today. We'll see you right back tomorrow, 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.